I have no idea who this guy is, but check out what he said about saying the word divorce in marriage.
My wife and I made a decision when we got married 27 years ago that we would never mention divorce, use the word divorce, joke about it. It's not an option for us. Where I have friends who in company, mixed company, would say, yeah, my wife would divorce me if I did this. We don't make those jokes because we know that's not an option. So we burn the ship. We burn the ships. That option is not on the table for us. So when we have fights, which we do, like when we get upset with each other, we make sure that is not an option. We got to make this work. We're ride or die.
How true is that, man? Lucy and I have been married for 23 years, well, at least almost 23 years here in August, and that's the same thing in our house. We never said the word divorce. Oftentimes in the beginning of our fights, and man, did we fight in the beginning, because we're newlyweds, right? My wife was 18, I'm 20, right? We're going into this marriage, all these preconceptions of what marriage is supposed to be, but man, we never, ever mentioned divorce to each other. We promised each other never to say that. And why? I don't know if this guy's a Christian or not. But what does the Bible say? I'm talking to you guys. The Bible says that life and death lie in the power of the tongue. And so if you're prophesying, right, if you're speaking into your marriage, divorce on those fights with your friends, what do you think might happen? You're speaking that into existence. You're creating that, right? And the Bible says that be careful is what you say. Man, I remember I'm going to see this F-22 pilot, and we actually went to the base here in Hickam, and we got to see it take off. And we had a question to the F-22 pilot. He said, and we asked him, hey, what are the top 3 things that you've learned as a pilot? And which is a really tough job. And he said, man, one of the things is I watch what I say, because everything I say matters no matter what. You have to know what you're saying. And so I'm slow to speak, because as far as for the pilot, whatever he says could put him in jail, could cause a mission to go wrong or good, right? And so he has to be really careful, right? And that reminded me that life and death lie in the power of the tongue, right? The Bible talks about that. And so don't say that word in your marriage. Get it out of your vocabulary. I love what he says. Those ships were burnt, tore down. I'm not going to say that. Start there, right? Don't speak toxic things into your marriage. Don't prophesy that into your marriage. Don't speak that into your marriage, and you'll start to see better fruit. Instead, speak life into your marriage, things that are good or lovely, pure, right, righteous, those things. Speak those things. Of course, you're going to have thoughts of anger and all that. I'm not saying we don't ever fight, but man, I'm telling you, stop speaking death over your marriage and speak life, and you'll start to see a transformed marriage, and you'll be blessed because of it. Aloha.